The Table is Yours podcast contains content that may not be suitable for some audiences, such as themes of violence, swearing, sexual language, alcohol, and death. We advise you to check the episode description for any other specific content warnings. Please, if any sequences or episodes are ever triggering or uncomfortable in any way, we ask you to take a pause from the episode or skip it entirely. It is important that our table is a safe space for everyone, including you.
The Table is Yours podcast is a role-playing adventure show where a bunch of friends around a table and through video call play tabletop role-playing games like Dungeons & Dragons. Together, we hope to bring the joy and fun of our game to you, wherever you are, as if you're part of our table. For when you're sitting, creating, and playing with us, the table is yours.
Hello and welcome to The Table is Yours, a role-playing adventure show where a bunch of friends sit around the table and through video call to play usually D&D, but yet again we'll be doing another side quest. For the first time, we're going to be doing Honey Heist by Grant Howitt. This is a game where we're playing bears. I'll be your bear master for the evening.
BM, a bowel movement.
I'll be your bowel movement for the evening. All of our players have IBS, fun fact.
I feel so seen.
My name is Sean. I am the BM, as we've just established. My pronouns are he, him. So for this week's fun fact, user requested by Con, favorite paramedia. For myself, Paddington 2.
Oh, Paddington! That's a good one.
I'll toss it to our, I guess Furry Friends works this week, and it doesn't others. But we'll start off with Con, your usual GM, DM, and best friend.
Except the thing is that it works every week. Anyway. When you know, you know. When you know, you know. Anyway, hi, I'm Con Riley. That's my name. What? Hi, I'm Con Riley. I'm usually your GM, your DM, your best friend. But this week, I'm a bear and proud. We'll get into it later.
Wait, that's true.
We'll get into it later. My pronouns are they, them. You can follow me anywhere at Kryles. And this week, I'm playing Hank Wild Hog, the Honey Badger. Hank the Wild Hog, the Honey Badger. And I am the muscle of this group. And you'll find out more about him later. He is a bear and proud, even though honey badgers are not. But anyway. My favorite bear media. I want to say Brother Bear because I did rent it a lot from Blockbuster when Sean and I were kids. And I'm pretty sure our dad got phone calls from Blockbuster being like, return it. Like,
it's too much.
Which by that point, you might as well just buy it for me. I don't know. Come on, Dad. No, I'm just kidding. Brother Bear or... Now, hold on now. I'm thinking. And everybody... Oh, Brother Bear or that Vine specifically where it's like, no! Oh, he's okay. It's like, oh, look, it's a bear. Oh, no, he's okay.
It's a fucking bear. No! Oh, shit, right there.
Speaking of sick shits, let's move on to them.
IBS. Hi, I'm Vic. My pronouns are they, them. You can find me at Vic_Gene__ on Instagram. And this week, I will be playing Chapel Run.
Big Pony Club.
I am a rookie, new to the group, panda bear hacker. And that's my character, and you'll find out more about them later. And my favorite bear media
Jamie Allen likes the bear.
I do like the bear. I haven't watched the new season, though.
The bear in Midsummer that they put around the guy?
Yeah, he's...
The bear at the end of Yellow Jacket Season 1? I know a lot of bears. Now I'm thinking about every bear I've ever met. That bear I met at the gay club? No, just kidding.
I kind of want to say Kung Fu Panda. It was a big Kung Fu Panda.
Why not?
My siblings watched it a lot. Bear.
The bear in Annihilation?
The bear
I
in
like Kung Fu
Annihilation.
Panda. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Super like.
Speaking of bananas...
Oh, hi, I'm Janna. I go by she, her pronouns. This week I'll be playing a washed-up polar bear named Toad. And I like my cocktails shaken, not stirred, and mixed with honey. I'm the brains of this operation, and my favorite bear media would have to be either Little Bear, because I used to watch that growing up, or a very old Christmas movie called Tangerine Bear, which is a movie about a little bear that was born with its smile sewn upside down.
Hi guys, my name's Heather. My pronouns are they, them. You can find me on Instagram at Land of Lore. And today I'm playing Roxy, the incompetent red panda driver. And my favorite bear media is Cocaine Bear.
Cocaine Bear!
I was waiting for someone to say that.
Criminal and bear.
Winnie the Pooh, Bear in the Big Blue House, the Berenstain Bears, Baloo in the Jungle Book, Lil Jon in Robin Hood, Care Bears, Ted,
Yeah.
Yogi Bear, Fozzie Bear, Yorick, Corduroy, Lotso, the Coca-Cola Bears,
Anybody
All right.
a fan of Thistlehair the Christmas Bear? Or is that
Freddy Fazbear!
Before Con keeps naming more bears, you can follow us all everywhere at TTIYDNT on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Patreon. If you're hearing this early, then that means you are a subscriber to the Patreon, and we thank you for your support. We are a self-funded show, so any and all support is much appreciated. And lastly, do not forget to join the Discord. It is free. Vic's lurking. But with that, if there are no other questions, concerns, comments, hopes, wishes, honey, bears, let's get into this side quest of Honey Heist.
Smokey Bear!
We're outside of a convention hall in a seedier part of Chicago. You four are playing guards currently, and you notice a man walk in. Very burly looking man with a top hat on. Are you a fly?
Stop
being a fly. Stop being a fly.
Okay, no, you know what? Everyone else is a security guard. Con's a fly.
No, I want to be a fly.
Your four guards, I'm going to say that Heather and Janna are located towards the front of the convention hall, and Vic and Con are located up in the rafters looking over the entire thing. You killed the fly that you once were.
Thank you. I'm really good at improv, actually.
Yeah, no, but I'm not. The four of you each clock this sort of burly-looking individual as they're walking through the convention hall. They look a lot larger than many of the other attendees to this year's HoneyCon. That being 2009, I think I said, if this is 16 years ago. So the 2009 HoneyCon in a seedier part of Chicago. Is there anything you'd like to do after clocking this suspicious-looking individual?
That's a suspicious-looking individual, wouldn't you say, right?
Yeah, I think so. Do you think that's... Do you think he's like us?
You know what? That made me think, I'm going to write this down in my notepad. I have a good song called They're Not Like Us, and I really hate Drake.
They're not like us.
They're not like us. That's the name of the episode. They're not like us. What do you think?
Can I do any kind of perceiving to see if this
Yeah.
person is also a bear?
Yeah,
It's like smelling them, perhaps?
Can you just roll a criminal check?
Oh, there's like flies everywhere because of the honey.
So flyy in here. I got a 6.
You got a 6. He seems to just be a rather large attendee of the convention.
I think he's just a big guy.
I mean, I didn't think anything different about him. You pointed him out. I'll be honest. Well,
Jay
no, I
and
think
Heather,
I
you
did.
notice he's walking towards the back where there seems to be a service hall.
You know, I think maybe he's going somewhere that attendees aren't really supposed to go.
I mean, it doesn't look like he's wearing security or employee garb, so I don't know. We could check
Should
it
we
out.
follow him?
Why not?
You follow him, and you see you manage to follow him through the security hallways for quite a bit of time. It's up to you if you want to call for backup. You totally can, but it gets to a point where there's a comically large safe, and you see this individual with a massive furred hand puts a hand to the dial and then their ear
They're
to
not
the,
like
the
us.
safe.
Oi!
Hey, what you doing over there?
They turn around and go, "Urgh," and you notice it's a massive bear. It's just a bear wearing a trench coat and a top hat.
What?
Fooled me.
One of you clearly isn't native to Chicago, but is the other one a big fan of the Chicago Bears?
Oh, shut up.
Yeah.
It's actually not the reason why I picked Chicago, but
That's funny. That's
you
funny.
assume it's someone in the mascot costume then, Heather.
It's a great fit. I'm impressed.
Ooh. Click, and then the
Can I get a
door
picture,
opens up.
actually?
Yeah, if you want to take out your Nokia, you can get a...
Yeah, a flip phone.
Yeah.
Take like
Hey.
a selfie.
Buddy, what are you doing?
He opens the safe, runs in, and grabs an armful of comical honey pots and starts to run out of the building. You two notice as he's running.
Hey, there's that guy again. They're
That
not
big
like
hairy
us.
guy is trying to take the honey. He's taking the stash.
Should we stop him?
Probably. Can I throw something at him from above?
Yes.
Up in the rafters?
Roll a criminal check.
I got a 3.
Okay, so you throw something at him. Let's just say that you have.
It's a light. One of those big the lights in the raft.
Yeah, no, what you do is you take your comically sized flashlight, you throw at one of the lights in the grid up here for the rafters. It falls down onto the bear's head. Birds start tweeting around the bear's head as he gets knocked unconscious, semi-unconscious for this. He drops all the honey on the floor. You see it freaks out, the clothes hat falls off, and it's just this massive grizzly bear in the middle of the convention hall. And then he starts tearing towards the entrance to get out of here.
You know what? Stop! Let him leave. I saw this in a movie once.
I mean, he dropped the honey, so I think it's like not that big of a deal.
He's just an animal.
He's just like us.
He is a bear just like us.
Just like us. Bear just like us.
Bear just like that? Sex and the City 2, whatever.
2009, and then the date starts to tick up to 2025. We're in a car. It is booming down the streets of Chicago right now. Roxy, could you please do a criminal check for us right now?
Yeah.
I can't believe that Kendrick Lamar guy stole your idea for a song. That's crazy.
Those two guards years later.
Wait, in 2009, were we not supposed to be playing our own characters?
Yeah, we weren't bears.
You were just security guards.
We were Wait.
Oh!
I was wondering why you were being like, I'm being English in Chicago.
Well, that's when I was like, well, clearly one of you's not a Bears fan, but the other one might be.
I thought you were just being like a quirky girl.
No, I was being my character. I didn't
You
realize.
have to excuse my ADHD and my selective hearing. My apologies.
No,
I didn't realize it was a flashback. I thought this was taking place in 2009.
No.
And
We've now flashed forward. A red panda is driving a vehicle cruising down the streets of Chicago right now. It's a slightly rainier day. What was your roll for criminal?
3.
3, that's a success. So you're successfully driving down the road right now. You've got like stacks of yellow books and like a brick that are attached to your feet so you're able to like reach the acceleration and the brake. Heather, if you could please describe your character.
So Roxy is just that, a fuzzy, adorable little red panda driver. She's wearing a hat with a bejeweled crown on top, and then a beige trench coat and peach velour cargo pants. And yeah, there's got to be like a little hole in the pants for the tail to stick out of, but I try to cover it up with the trench coat as best as I can. But every now and then I just get excited and just like goes. But
When you like describe your character, the name Roxy splashes on the screen, and then it starts to do like the Steven Soderbergh split screen of like all the different cars that you've stolen and things that you've done over the years.
You're really gonna put me through this, huh?
You don't have to do that.
Yeah.
You just keep my description in. You can keep my description in. But it's like one of them is like, this is the first time you broke out of the zoo 3 years ago. And you've got a Toyota Camry or whatever. And several times there's you sleeping in the seat of the car waiting for other individuals as they're thieving from other honey depositories. And that is Roxy. We look to the back of this truck. It's sort of like a white rent-a-car, sort of like those big sort of boxy, not a box truck or a U-Haul, but the one just under that size. And in the back, the biggest thing that we can see, the biggest thing that we can see is a polar bear. And now, Janna, if you could please describe Todd to us.
So what you see is a big polar bear with a tall trilby hat, which is kind of like, I guess you could describe it as like, I guess if you can imagine like a 1950s like vintage hat, if you don't know what a trilby hat is. Otherwise,
it's fedora-esque.
Google it. And you just see this very tall, large polar bear wearing a beige trilby hat with a matching beige jacket, tuxedo jacket, shirt, matching tie with tartan knickerbocker pants, looking very, very bored, but also like with a furrow in his polary bear brows. And he's on his phone, kind of like flipping through, clearly trying to do something.
Tinder.
Like form, set out, put out fires, if you will. Kind of talking to himself in the back of the truck.
As it's on the phone, the splash title card of Todd Barrington, and then we get the Steven Soderbergh split screen with, like, 25 years ago when Todd was breaking out of the Manchester Zoo and then stole a massive tuna fish hanging up in a meat locker somewhere, just over his shoulder. Yeah, and then there's one scene where Todd's walking away from an explosion.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And then sitting in one of the nearest seats to Todd, we see a honey badger, a dapper-looking honey badger named Hank. Connor, if you could describe your character.
Yeah, so you just see like this honey badger who just like is like sharpening his own nails, but it's making this kind of like little tune. So I'm playing Hank, and he's doing Dolly Parton. Hank is a honey badger. And he wears the best way I can describe him is if he was a human, he would look like kind of like was like I'm a cowboy, like
a debutante ball owner. Like,
and he always says is like like his thumbs like looped in the non-existent what do you call it?
Suspenders.
Thank you. The non-existent suspenders. He's always holding himself high.
He's got like an Atticus Finch vibe.
Yeah, he's wearing a blue frilly, a powder blue frilly jumper or sweater for people who don't know what that is. He's wearing a cowboy hat, denim jeans, smart blue denim jeans, and he has a comically large white button that just says "Bear and Proud" in blue text, probably in like impact.
Although none of you can read that. You just picked a badge, is what.
But I'm describing like outside.
Yeah, just for the people watching.
But he probably is like he takes like one of his long claws and he'll like pick at his teeth that has like a little bit of honey as you kind of like before the splash that Sean described, just like flicks it.
Flicks the honey. We've got Hank, Wild Hog Honey Badger, and there's the split screen, and you've got one where he's in a fight pit with another honey badger, another one where he's out in an open field attacking a cobra somewhere, and all of them are brawls. It's just a brawl that he's in where he's scratching stuff. So one of them is with like a human baby where he's stealing candy.
It's the same movement in every shot. It's like it's a slow like run. He's like Hank at the zoo. Hank in the forest. Hank getting kitty. But he's calm when he doesn't have to think about it.
Sitting up in the passenger seat with a disposable laptop in their lap is a giant panda. Vic, if you could please describe Roan, Chapel Roan.
I am playing Chapel Roan. Chapel Roan is a classic panda classic. She's wearing a beige crop top that's definitely like very tight around the belly area. It says Pink Pony Club on it, and it's peach velour dress pants and a pink cowboy hat. She is typing away, hacking on her computer, but propped up on the laptop is a smartphone where she's doing TikTok dance. She's doing a TikTok dance in the car.
So the splash screen of Chapel Roan, and then you've got the TikTok dance in one corner, and the bottom corner is you at the zoo a week ago because you're a rookie.
Oh yes, I am a rookie.
That's true.
And then the
oh god, you do TikTok dances because the kids taught you at the zoo?
Yeah, the kids would teach me TikTok dances
at the Chicago Zoo. Roan also has a stub of bamboo in their mouth, just sort of like chomping on it like it's a cigar, but then actually chomping on it.
Yeah. Got a bunch in my like shirt, in my pants pockets, like constantly chewing on some bamboo.
Roxy is currently driving y'all to the convention center. You know that it's in a creepier part of Chicago. You know what? Let me hold on. Before that, the year 2025. You four are going to undertake the greatest heist the world has ever seen. Two things are important. One, you have a complex plan that requires precise timing. Two, you're a goddamn bear. And Roxy's driving y'all currently to the convention center in a creepier part of Chicago. The things that you know about this place. The convention organizer is a man named William J. Honeybuns, who is a clueless and exploitable convention owner. He seems to be just a dumb rich guy that loves running this HoneyCon, especially in the year 2025. The two other things that you do know, the prize, other than honey, of course, is that legend has it that Abraham Lincoln's beehive is currently somewhere in this convention hall.
Beehive or behind?
His beehive. His beehive. Okay. The other thing, and this is important for you all to know, this place is stacked to the brim with CCTV, and with, you know this, there are laser tripwire grids throughout the building.
So, but I'll say Hank, just Hank, me. I'm sitting in the back, and I'm like holding the fake suspenders, and I take the most southern drawl inhale that I could do ever in my life, and then I go, I say.
Yawning? I'll sit on you.
No, that was just his inhale. Okay, so what's the plan? Yeah, like... Listen, I know I'm wearing a cowboy thing, but I don't know how to speak cowboy. I know to speak honey and badger. And...
If you want to rephrase that, you all already know the plan. Whatever you end up doing was the plan.
Oh, I know the plan, but I would like to hear it again for posterity.
Yeah, we can reiterate the plan. Hey, can you give me one of those, rookie? I reach over for some bamboo.
Yeah, I pass a bamboo stick to you.
Like 1/100th the weight of the great panda.
Wait, so it's the red panda in the driver's seat, and immediately behind the red panda is the honey badger on two sides of the car, the two biggest bears in the car.
Yeah. So,
is doing that, yeah.
Listen, I know these are the clothes we chose, and I'm pretty good at doing a southern accent, which is what I'll do for my human voice. So whenever I do, like, I kind of want to do the
yeah, no, you cannot speak English. You don't understand English. You can just make a facsimile of English, just being like...
But because it's just between us bears, points at the... Well, I guess he doesn't know, but...
Because you can't read. You just thought it was a cool badge.
I have it on lock. Trust and believe I know how to do a southern drawl. So...
and then
for sure. Just point, and I'll start...
Yeah, that's what we have you here for.
I will say that I think I can... I mean, obviously, as is the plan, I'm going to get into those TVs, and I'll tell you guys where you need to go. Great. And that's it. Like, that's kind of it right now.
We just need to hot to go.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Play hot to go.
Oh yeah, can you, Roxy? Can you put on my song?
So, I'm sorry. Out of game, do we need to know like? Is not the full what the plan is, obviously, because it's going to go. Mm-hmm. I'm assuming is like it just happens the way that it's going to be happening. It's like we planned it. But
yes.
Is the goal just get the honey out of the safe, or do we not know the goal?
You're trying to get the honey out of the safe. The massive honey supply that you can, and you've heard about Abraham Lincoln's beehive.
Got it. Okay. Okay. Well, Roxy,
Todd, you look like you're struggling. I'm gonna hand you like one of those a stylus.
Yeah.
To use your phone.
Thank you, Rome. Oh my god.
It's no easy. It's no easy with these big hands.
Bloody hell! I was about to eat this thing.
Believe me, I've tried. I ate a Wii remote because I thought it was bamboo. It did not go well.
They had the pandas at the zoo play Just Dance. We flash back to that.
Roxy, time check till we get to the location.
Oh, we're looking at about 15 minutes. Get ready, everyone.
All right, perfect. Right on schedule.
So, Brains, what's the plan? Actually, what is it that you said? And I'm gonna move a point into criminal to do a flashback. Yeah.
All right, so you're back in a bar in the middle of the woods.
In the woods.
Well, you're hiding out, I think.
Can it be something that this is me like joining the team because I'm not a bear, but they're like, but he knows honey. and
the rookie. So I'll set the scene here. There's like a seedy backwoods bar that you're able to go to where people. It seems like there's very, very little folks around to be able to notice y'all. In the back of the bar, you notice that there's like one of those circular booths that you can shuffle into. Sitting at the booth in the dead center is a grizzly bear, an older looking grizzly bear, and the rest of you shuffle in. There's cigar smoke filling this place, and little saucers of honey, and bamboo on the table for you all. I'd say sitting down already are Roxy and Todd. And probably Ron and Hank come up a little bit later.
So what was all this? And I throw a little piece of paper that has nothing, just scratches on it. It's like it means nothing. And I grab one of the saucers of honey. I hear you wanted a wild hog.
You just stick your face in it.
I hear you were looking for a wild hog.
Yeah, it looks like you're about right.
Yeah, that's what people say.
You got a letter? I just broke out of the zoo.
Oh my god! Anyway.
I'm like dipping my bamboo in the honey and then chewing on it. Who's this?
So I've called you all here today because I got some big score for you all. Place called HoneyCon happens once every 16 years in the city of Chicago. All right?
Every 16 years.
Yeah, it changes.
Why would it do
cities.
that?
It goes from city to city. Regardless.
There's more than just the one city? Is that what you're saying?
You've never mind.
Listen, I have my network of people. I know those, those trash
and
pandas.
That's how we found you. That's how we found you, Hank.
He has just a pinky of honey, and then he goes, and then continues.
So you're going to HoneyCon 2025. I got my brains on it. All I'm asking for is a 5% cut of the earnings. Y'all can take the rest and split it.
I like those odds.
What's a grizzly need with honey? Eh?
I'm an old man. I like luxuries. I got a grandkid to feed.
I have a question.
I have an answer.
I found pralines, so I'm going to use that as my prop for...
Yes.
Hank has actual Cheez-Its. Listen, the trash pandas treat me nice.
The Trash Panda Mafia.
Why'd you call me if I don't eat honey?
Out of everyone here, you have the most experience with technology. We're thinking you're gonna be the hacker of the group.
Yeah. Okay.
And then he takes out this roll that he clearly got from some city municipality department, and he just rolls out the blueprints to this this convention hall, multiple floors. This is where he shows you that there's the CCTV cameras, the laser grids, where the safe is, where the convention hall areas are, the rafters, the back access hallways.
By the by, everyone, Hank, Wild Hog.
I'm Chapel Roan.
That sounds familiar.
I don't know who that is.
We have Roxy, our driver.
I hop on the table and I'm pacing around the blueprint. My tail swishes in your faces every now and then accidentally.
Todd's even older than I am. He knows his stuff. He's been around the block, okay?
Charmed.
What kind of panda isn't tiny? Second question, what kind of panda has a British accent? Third question,
Polar
nice to
bear.
meet you.
I think Todd's a polar bear.
Let me rephrase all that again for the cut. Question number 1, what kind of polar bear... What did I first say?
Isn't tiny?
Isn't tiny?
What kind of polar bear isn't always in a red background? Question number 2, what kind of polar bear has a British accent? Question number 3, nice to meet you.
Interesting.
Say it back, and I'll give you a Cheez-It.
No,
You do
thank
that,
you.
but then stimulate yourself?
Damn it!
I ate all my
My
cheeses
Cheez-Its.
again.
It's okay, they gave me a second box. Don't worry. I have a second.
Let's just say I literally just washed up in Manchester, and here I am.
I don't know where that is. This is Chicago.
You ever heard of the Great Tuna Caper or 06? That was Todd.
Oh,
I have.
Did someone tweet about it?
They don't call it anymore. They call it X now, honey.
Oh yeah. I don't believe that.
Anyway, sorry, the plan.
Where are the cameras, and how far away do I need to be to get them?
The cameras are here, 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 and here. The control center is over here, and his claw is actually scratching up the blueprints a little bit.
Careful.
And to get to to access the servers, to be able to shut down the laser grid, that's accessible via an underwater pipeline that'll go from here to here. Yeah, the laser grids are what's blocking the safe nowadays. Okay, even in the safe, you want to make sure those laser grids are turned off.
I lift my little claw.
Hank.
Nice to meet you. Wait, no, sorry, I already said that one. How are we gonna get to this establishment? I know you hired me,
Roxy's
Mr.
got a
Grizz.
van.
Oh,
Ooh.
I can drive more than just vehicles too.
there's more than
Like
just
a horse?
vehicles you can drive. Oh, do you got a horse on this one, Mr. Grizz? Did he have a name? I can't remember what his name
No,
is.
you didn't ask.
Okay, Mr. Grizz.
But his name is Bobo.
Bobo!
Hey, Bobo.
Bobo.
What do we think of this? A picnic basket? No.
I need a picnic basket.
Okay, so we got a driver. We got these. And I'm like holding, my hands are shaking. We've got a TikTok girl, and then I'm sorry, red background, not present. What do you do?
Me? I'm the brains.
Oh,
He's your point man, the brain.
that's good. That's good. Nice to meet you.
I think we need that.
Here are all your headsets to be able to communicate wirelessly through radio over the course of the heist. And then the flashback ends. And you've moved a point from bear to criminal. Is that correct, Hank? So
and I still have my
Cheez-Its. You're moments away from being able to park at the convention center. As you're driving by, Roxy, you notice that a lot of the buildings in this section of Chicago are derelict, empty, probably set for deconstruction anytime soon. But the convention hall is one of the only multi-story buildings with relative level of cleanliness to it. It still seems pretty nice. Just the area, not so much. And you are about to pull up and park.
Did he say we have to go through the sewer system to get past?
Yeah, there was an underwater pipe to be able to get to where the servers are that control the laser tripwire grids.
Okay.
However,
Gotcha.
you can access he told you where the command center, the security control center was, a surveillance for the CCTV. That doesn't have anything to do with where the servers are.
Yes, but I still need to get to the servers to turn off the grids and stuff.
Potentially.
So, Todd, when do I get to start in the, you know what I mean?
Let's hold off on that for at least a little bit. We don't want to attract unnecessary attention.
Well, we're following your lead, because you have that thing at the Brian, or whatever.
Just keep eating your Cheez-Its and I'll let you know when it's time.
Hey, listen, if you need anything from the trash pandas, they're not real bears just like me, but hey. I point at the badge.
Point taken. Alright, well, I have a feeling that all this construction may work in our favor. There may be a service entrance to the sewers up here, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, there could be something there for me to...
I was gonna say, can I move a point into criminal and have a flashback?
Okay,
as well?
What kind of flashback do you want?
So I was gonna say a reconnaissance where I was here looking for the entrance to that water system so that I could get in to take down the grids and stuff.
Do you want to try and do that beforehand? Or are you just trying to find out where that is?
Where the entrance to it is.
The entrance is inside of the building. You have to go down a maintenance shaft, and there is a sort of massive, those submarine level, you turn the big, wheel to be able to depressurize the container and go in. There's that kind of deal to get into a pipe that's large enough for any of you to get in. All of you to get in. Mm-hmm. But that pipe leads to another entrance on the other side into where the server rooms are, because that pipes cool water into that system.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So there's the server room, which is powering the grids, and then there's the CCTV room,
which is the surveillance hub.
Do you need a distraction? I don't know if you know nothing about anything about what I'm going on with here, Todd. I got a stink pouch up in my butt.
I beg your pardon?
Is that a threat?
So you can drop stink clouds? Is that what you're telling us?
It would be a distraction.
It says I have an anal stink pouch. Like their relatives, the skunks, honey badgers can inject a pungent, foul-smelling liquid to repel predators. Also, honey badgers are more closely related to wolverines than they are badgers. Don't know if you needed that.
Does it hurt?
I don't know. Do you think I've ever been scared of a predator?
Well, based on the blueprint and based on the fact that we're going to need to get past staff, security, maintenance, in order to access.
Why don't I go in first and I can go to the security system and then I can tell you guys where to go?
Let's do that.
I like that idea.
I'll go with, if that's okay.
Sure, but hold your stink pocket until Roan.
The pocket are for my stomachs.
I feel like there's some boundaries that are being crossed, and I'd like to keep things professional. That's all.
That's why they call me the Wild Hog. That one I can say pretty good in the accent.
Usually I stick around in the car when the heist is going on, but I think you guys might need a little help in there, considering...
Yeah, because we're tiny. They're big. We're tiny. Tiny things for tiny peeps. We could do the tiny things.
Sneak in places.
They could do the big things. Yeah. That's what I was thinking, too.
There's a rafter system. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so if I go around back, because I remember from the blueprints that there's an entrance to get to the security camera area around back.
Security breach.
You guys can go in the front and act natural for the first little bit until I tell you where to go.
The head. This is already on. This thing's
Headset's
already on.
I'll keep watch.
We'll say it's an in-ear, actually, just so it's a little more covert.
My ears are huge.
Yeah, one of your ears is
That's gonna
down.
look so cute.
I'll keep watch.
All right, Roan,
I'm gonna-
are you heading around the side?
Yes.
This isn't the main entrance of where the convention is.
Me and Roxy are going to the main entrance.
Roan, the table's yours.
What's the name of the show?
I am gonna go around to, like, I assume there's, like, it's like derelict building, convention center, derelict
Yep.
building. I'm like,
Yep.
I'm gonna go, like, into the derelict building and kind of look through, so no one sees me just walking down the alley to a place where I shouldn't go. And I'm gonna go, like, around and see if I can spot the entrance from the inside of the building.
You can see there's a back security entrance that requires a key card from one of the security or staff members to get in. It's looking like every now and again you'll notice a guard come in or out every 5 minutes or so, depending on how long you wait. This is the beginning of the day, so you have all day to do this heist. Also, additionally, you'll notice staff members will come outside this way sometimes to take out garbage and trash and throw it in the dumpster nearby.
Okay, in one of the brief moments between people coming in, I would like to put a, like, wood block in the door to prevent it from closing.
Roll a criminal check.
I got a 4, which is appropriate because my criminal is 4.
Oh, it's a 4 now. Yeah, okay. So that you just succeed with that. So you put a block in the door and you wait for the next person to come out that's not a guard but someone tossing garbage to be able to go in and come out.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say roll another criminal check as you try to sneak in through this way.
A 4 again.
A 4 again. So I'm going to do something a little silly here. Currently, the plan right now is going without a hitch for you. So I'm going to say that's a point into criminal and a point away from bear. So that's 1 and 5. One more into criminal and game over. You managed to get in. If you walk past anyone, right now it sort of seems like you're walking with a purpose, so people aren't paying you too much mind. But I'd like to roll against your HBS right now. And I got total a 10, which your HBS is, I believe, a
12.
Yeah, your human your human believability score is a 12. So that is a success. You are able to just walk on through by where you're on the outside of what is the door to surveillance right now.
Is there a lock? Like, I'm assuming I can't just walk in.
There's another key card to get in. But it seems like event staff can't get in here so much as security can.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I am gonna head towards the convention floor for multiple reasons.
Okay. You're heading towards the convention floor. I'll keep that same human believability roll for the time being. As soon as the doors open up to the convention hall, we're actually going to go back to Roxy and Hank, who you're going through the main entrance.
Yeah.
You had tickets on you. Bobo provided 4 tickets for all of you so that you could be able to get into the convention. You're stamped on your fur. And I'm going to roll 2 different human believability scores for each of you for the time being.
Can I make a roll to like not freak out for the hand stamp? Oh my!
What would that be? A bear check?
I guess so.
Yeah.
Oh no.
We could say that you were warned about the stamping as well.
I got a 1, so it's fine. I
that's a success.
2. Yeah.
So I'm going to start with.
But there's a moment of the stamp on my hand, and I'm like.
So you get stamped. Okay, you get stamped. They rolled an 8, so they really don't know
16.
about you.
Yeah.
And for Heather, they rolled a 10, so they don't know either.
Great.
Perfect. What happens is, you and your son look so cute. They stamp it for
Is Roxy my son?
Yeah, yes, whichever one is smaller than the other, which I think Roxy would be smaller than you.
I think so. I think
I'm smaller, yeah.
Yeah, so Hank, you get stamped, and then Roxy gets stamped.
I get stamped, and there's a moment of like there's a darkening vignette on the screen as I'm looking at my hands.
Your eyes roll back.
Yeah, I'm fucking Lily Rose Depp and Nosferatu. No, but I'm like, and I put my hands down. I go, wild hog, and I walk in.
But what comes out of your mouth is wow.
Exactly.
But
I
think
gently push you forward and put my hand up.
So these two, like, smaller individuals are walking upright, like, into the hall, and your noses are assaulted by the smell of different kinds of honey. You've got raw unfiltered honey. You've got spiced honey. You've got a hot honey. There's every kind of honey that you can think of is around here.
Oh, yeah. So here's the thing. As much as I'm enjoying whatever we're about to do, I would love to sample test if you would love to sample test with me, Roxy.
Yes. Yes, I would love that. My fur is like bristling.
I want to go to the hot
like
honey.
little mini bamboos to dip in the honey.
Oi! Focus on the mission, please.
I am. I'm making sure that it's not poisoned. Hot honey.
That is not part of the mission. Focus.
Okay, can we promise that we'll have some later, please? We can grab some more on the way out. Yeah.
After we get what we came for.
Yeah, we're doing that first for sure. Beep, click, like, and then I'm going to the hot honey.
You go to the hot honey? You sample. So you walk up. There's a woman behind the counter, and she's wearing an apiarist outfit, like a beekeeper's outfit. Yeah. And she's like, "Oh, would you two like a sample?"
Watch this. This is a really good one. And I'm gonna tuck my claws under the non-existent belt. Wild hog.
So she just hears, "Oh." And she hands you a sample cup of this hot honey.
Pretty good, huh?
Yes,
so your score goes back to bear.
Yay!
So you're 3 and 3 again for consuming the honey.
If there's like a really floral sample around, I'm gonna go over there, but I'm gonna get like a little mini ramekin and just like tuck it in my pocket. With, like,
there's like a hibiscus honey that you can smell across the way. That you get a sample for. They're like, "Oh, hey there, young child. Here you go. I love your outfit."
I just like do a little like bob and I like put it in my pocket and so I scurry away.
You notice there's a couple other people in like bear mascot outfits around too. So there's a level of believability to what's happening here.
Yes.
Wow.
My tail like flicks out of my trench coat for a second and I like try to tuck it as I like run
So
away.
you have a bit of honey on you for later if you ever want to use it.
Oh, it smells great.
And about this time is when Roan opens the doors into the convention center hall. And you two notice you clock her from this far away.
How's it going over there, Roan?
Good. I just need to get a badge to get in. I can't get in right now, so I have to get in. So just give me a second, and I'll get in.
Sorry, am I taking over the comms? I'm sorry, it's really hot.
It's fine. We're good. I'm not ready yet, so I'll let you guys know when I'm ready. You guys can just like chill for a second. And
I can't.
Hey, Papa Manchester, did you hear that?
Yes, I'm working on getting the pass now.
Oh.
I thought she was the hacker.
I need a card to get into the room to hack things.
Oh. Yes. Wait, are you finally coming in, Tadio?
Why do I even bother making a plan if no one's going to follow it?
Oh yeah, can you remind us of that plan again?
So, for this juncture in the plan, we cut back to you in the same spooky room with Bobo. No, Bobo's gone. It's just you guys. And Todd, you're explaining, all right, when you guys get into the convention hall, what do you want to happen?
All right. So when we get into the convention hall, here's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
I'm going to find a security guard. I'm going to swipe a ID card so that our hacker here can access the security room to gauge what we're working with in terms of all the different security protocol. See what we can shut down. If we need a distraction, that's what we'll do. We'll get a distraction going, and then we can turn down all the systems off, and then should be easy access from there.
Excellent. Well, I think I know who's going to be a good distraction here. And I look over at Hank. Just
what? I'm the distraction?
I mean, that's one option. I mean, I'm not set on anything specific. I'm just saying a distraction in general.
Listen. Here's how I see it going. We get in there. there's pots everywhere, and I'm just digging in them. And if anybody touches me, I kill him!
Hank, I'm gonna stop you right there. So here's the thing. You're the muscle, right?
Yeah, it's what they say.
Yeah, so
Sounds
I'm
right,
the brains. And there's a reason behind that. See, I have a bigger one than you.
Well, do you know what I have that's pretty big? I'll tell you later. It's a
Is it your
reference
claws?
to
Stink sack.
It's the stink sack. Exact reference.
Stink sack.
But I'm not going to say it now because I said it in the future. Okay, no, but I do have a serious thing. I think because we're going in, I'm stroking my whiskers. Well, we should have me and Miss Driver go in. You're doing your thing. You're being your thing. We can go in. We can pretend to be father and daughter. And, because of course,
I look at myself, I look at him like...
she took everything in the divorce. Anyway, but
Hank is 2 years old, probably.
yeah. Oh, the little kids. Okay, but anyway, we're going in. And how do you get up? Oh, yes! I've heard through Pray Tell that there is a showing of the I don't know if I'm allowed to do this or not. I'm just making something up. But there's a showing of a fake beehive or a real beehive. They do something with the beehive that we could be present for. Any ideas with that, Mr. Brains?
Let's say that there's a specific panel that has a demonstration of how to be an apiarist.
Oh, yes! They have a demonstration, and I think...
It's a convention hall, there's panels.
I think there is a way in which we can make a big distraction. You know what? I'm going to do it anyway. I don't really need your idea. I got it. Cut.
Anyone who participated in that one and wants to move from bear to criminal a point, they can. I wouldn't recommend that Chaperone does. I wouldn't recommend that.
Okay, Roxy, why don't we go over to that beehive room?
Oh, that's
It's called
right.
Behave.
And let's try to... whatever that says. As we're going around, I'm just going, Wild Hog. There's a drunk man with his tiny daughter just running around.
Although they did unfortunately say son. Because they can't tell the difference between animal like genders.
It happens.
Listen, that's gonna make me angry. I'm a father.
Todd, Chapel to Todd.
Mm-hmm.
Where should I meet the Connect for the card?
Well, first I have to swipe it, so give me 1 moment.
Okay.
And so I'm going to look for, I guess, what I've been doing this whole time, essentially, before they entered into, like, the arena is I was kind of more acting as watch out just to make sure that they, like, look out, just to make sure that they got in successfully, and then kind of from a distance, like, followed them in. So now that I'm in, I see that they've all successfully made it.
I'm going to need to do a roll. Because we
okay.
have the human believability score.
Yes.
Wow.
I'm rolling, and I rolled a 10, which your score is a 14.
14.
You get
so,
in,
yeah.
you're stamped, you give them the ticket. I'll tell you.
Yep.
I'll tell this to you, Todd. As soon as you get in, you notice mingling amongst a lot of the vendors on this main convention floor is you see William J. Honeybuns as described in picture from Bobo.
Amazing.
As was described to you, he's this man with a big handlebar mustache, bit portly, wearing a gray suit, and he's also wearing a top hat. You remember being told that he's a bit of a dope. And if anyone has a master key,
Okay.
I'll leave that up to you.
Okay. I'm going to slowly approach.
As a reminder, you cannot speak. You can just make a facsimile of human noises by bear grunting.
Wow.
I'm gonna walk up to the crowd and just kind of like, you know, pretend like I'm listening and like nod my head.
Lots of active listening.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I make eye contact, but I go tip my hat.
If William J. Honeybun's like, oh, I see. Hello. Another gentleman here, I see. No one else dressed like this except for those two.
Wow.
You tip your hat as you're like walking into a convention hall. It's like as the doors close, you're like, wow, and you close the door.
I'm dressed like a fucking cowboy southern debutante with my son, who's dressed also dressed like they're from fucking 1800s England. What the fuck?
I'm keeping it modern.
I would like to roll to see if, while he's distracted, I can swipe his master key. Go to it. I got a 1.
A 1 is a success. So as he's talking, he's like, "Well, very nice to meet you," and then he moves on to the next people that he's mingling with. You're able to like deftly take 2 claws and just yoink the badge out of his pocket. And so you have a universal key now to a lot of the doors in this building.
And I'm just gonna tip my hat again.
Now, I'm going to say that's the plan going without a hitch. Being able to steal a universal key is very important and integral to this plan. You currently have a 5 in criminal and a 1 in bear. Now, the way to fix that is either having the plan go wrong in some way or having some honey.
Okay, so then on my way to go meet up with Chapel, I'm gonna snag some honey off of a vendor's table and just keep walking.
Any in particular, or could it be like a random one?
I will grab some bacon-flavored honey.
Ooh,
It's a bacon-infused honey. There's bits in it.
Yes. Yeah.
So that sets you back to 2 in bear, 4 in criminal.
Okay.
I wasn't gonna go into the behave place with Hank. I was gonna like walk over there, but I was like, "You got this distraction." So I was just gonna stay on the floor in case Chapel needed some help with breaking into anything, since she's gonna be stuck in the server room or the surveillance room.
I'll tell you, you see access areas where you can get up to the rafters if you wanted to get up there, or if you wanted to just stay on the floor, you totally could.
No, I'm gonna hop up in the rafters. That sounds like fun.
Hopping up to the rafters is going to be a bear check, so that's going to be a climb to be able to get up there.
All right, I got a 1.
A 1 is a success. So you're able to just like you look around. There's no one around. You find a pipe, a water pipe that goes up. You just like climb up it real quick, and now you're up in where the lighting rig rafters are. There are a couple of guards up here, and you're trying to like be sneaky because there's some guards up there looking down on the convention hall.
Yeah, I'll jump around and hide.
Anything in particular you wanted to do while up there, or just generally keep an eye on things?
I'm going to keep an eye on things. I'm going to basically, as much as I can evade the guards, I'm going to try to follow Todd throughout the convention floor in case you need a bit of a drop bear, yeah? I'm going to follow through. And then as soon as I see the handoff, I'll follow Roan's path, basically, just in case.
The rafters where you're at right now is just over the main area for the convention center floor. Where Roan will go is in a back access hallway. So that's not accessible in the ceiling. You'd have to be able to go where she is and maybe climb on the ceiling or something.
Okay, I'll stay in the convention center area then. I'll stay there until I find out where they need some help. Hey Todd, I'm above you in case you need anything.
Perfect, thank you, Roxy.
Were you calling me? I can't hear you. There's so many people in this room.
At least some of us are following the plan.
This is a packed panel that you've walked into for a beekeeping demonstration.
All right, I'm gonna go with the plan that I didn't tell anybody about. Okay, I hope that's okay.
All right, Todd.
All right. Could you at least find out if the hive being used is possibly Abraham Lincoln's beehive?
Again, I really can't hear you. All I hear is a lot of buzz. If you pick it up what I'm saying.
Abraham
Those
Lincoln!
people going bees, bees, bees.
They keep saying something. They seem angry. It's making me agitated. It's making me agitated. It's making me agitated.
So you hear me yelling into my headset going, Abraham Lincoln, but all these other people just hear,
Actually, because of that, we're going to do another human believability score roll.
Oh, no!
Don't worry, that's a 10 total, and yours is a 14, I believe, so you're fine.
Good.
So a couple people walk by like, wow, he's really mad.
I sound belligerent and drunk. I went past the honey mead tent and had a little too much.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, it's there is a mead. There is
Oh,
mead
is that
because
one
it
guy
is
from
just fermented
Instagram?
honey.
Is that one guy from Instagram that makes all the meads? Golden Hive
Yes.
Mead. Golden Hive Mead.
Yummy.
Love that guy.
Roan, are you going to get the go to the pickup?
Yes, I will meet up with Todd to get the key card. I am also going to take some honey to balance out my stats a little bit.
Okay. There's a honey that's also got bamboo leaves infused.
Oh, great!
So it evens you out a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I want everything to keep going well, but I also don't want to betray my party. Okay, I'll meet up with Todd. I feel like it's that very cinematic, like, walk past and, like, you hand it off to me.
We walk past each other, but I'm still yelling into the headset.
Abraham
Hey!
Lincoln!
Whoa, whoa,
Abraham!
whoa.
I can't. You're making me
Lincoln!
really agitated. I can't understand.
Oh my god, I can't do this. I'm taking a headset off. I can't. I need a breather. Oh my god.
Listen,
Oh
they said
my God.
unhinged when I got hired. They said unhinged. You should have read the fucking description, honey.
I mean, I'm not getting paid enough for this. I really, I'm not.
So you've handed out the key card. The one thing that you remember is that you're a very good swimmer, and there's a specific access pipe that needs to be swam through to deal with the laser grid, potentially.
All right, I'll put my headset back on after my little frustration. I'll put it back on, realizing that I'm probably going to have to use my swimming skills. So I put it back on, and Roan, sorry about that. Let me know when you need me again, and I will come and do some laps when you need me.
No worries. You just let me know when you're at the access panel, and I can hopefully help you with that, so you can turn off the grids and stuff.
If I can give a quick flashback to maybe make this a little more interesting, the only way to get in that you guys can find a way to get in, even with the universal access card, is through that water pipe. However, once you're in, there is a way to open the door up to one of the access like panels or vents or something, so that maybe if you wanted to get in and complete the hack job, you could. It's just about getting in, and that's what you need Todd for.
All right, before you do anything, let me go downstairs and get you that access. So
I really can't hear you.
good.
What?
I'll make sure your coast is clear. And I'll keep an eye on whatever Hank is doing, but I'm sure it'll be helpful.
God help us all. So I start to head downstairs to find the access point, and do I find it?
Yeah, there's sort of like a pressure sealed like subway. So yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Like one of those kind of doors that you can open and get in, and you dive in. We're going to cut to the bee demonstration now. All right, you're in this bee demonstration. It's earlier in the morning. This is one of the more populous panels so far that you imagine, as every seat is filled and everyone is chanting "bees, bees" as they're getting ready for this to happen.
Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm hoping it's like on a thing that it just falls off, because I can't hear the like, you know, like one of the yeah.
It's like an IFB.
Yeah. And I throw the IFB back. Okay, what do I see?
You see 250 max capacity people sitting watching this demonstration. There are several people up front, and there is a mesh net at the panel like stage, so that like any bees were they to get loose couldn't get out into the crowd. So they are protected by like a mesh, like sort of mosquito net type of thing in the entire this hall B, whatever this is. We'll just say B because bees. And it looks like they're about to start transferring hives from one apiary to another. They're taking the honey out. They're going through this whole process.
I'm looking at that mesh. I don't want that mesh there. I say out loud. Wow, as I'm walking by. It's the only thing he knows how to say in English, he thinks.
Wow.
People have said crazy things about it.
You make my phone.
Okay, I want to look around and see if there's anything that's like, I want to get rid of that mesh so the bees can be let loose.
Bees! Oh, is
There's
that
a bee.
Oprah Bees?
There's a bee.
They said distraction, and I'm unhinged, methinks.
Methinks.
Wow.
This is pretty wild. I think this is a bear move to be
Sure
able to
is.
claw and do all this stuff. This is what is the plan? Are you walking up and just at honey badger height scraping, or are you going to try and somehow get up into this, like, towards the ceiling on a pipe or something, and then claw down the middle? Like,
All are good plans. Is there any way that I could get the bee chanters to do it themselves?
what do you mean?
I want them to do it.
Riot.
Wow! they're like, yeah, he's right. We should be able to let the bees go free.
How these are professionals, and I want you to describe how you're going to try and accomplish this.
There's a wild hog.
You just say "wow," and they're like, "Oh, I get it.
Wow.
I should release the bees. It's time to release the bees."
Wow.
You stand up on like the stage and you're like, wow, 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 wow.
So let the bees
Actually, yeah, I'm gonna try to walk on stage.
Well, there is the mesh. There is the mesh net.
Okay, in front of the mesh net, like Jada Pinkett Smith and Scream 2.
Okay, you're gonna walk in front of it. You're gonna walk in front of the mesh net like Jada Pinkett Smith and Scream 2. As you start to get up, there, a security guard who's standing by either side of the stage. A security guard who's standing by the side where you're walking up goes, "Halt, young dapper child."
Wow.
What? I mean, I see that you have the stamp, but back up and take a seat. This demonstration is quite dangerous.
The stamp.
hate it.
I'm gonna go crazy.
Is he seizing? Is he seizing? Whose boy is this?
I'll just start scrapping at the mesh.
My God.
Roll bear, and this is an advantage because of your role as muscle, and additionally as your. No, it's triple advantage. I'm giving you triple advantage because of your role as muscle and your bear type skill being carnage.
Yes. Incredible. Incredible.
Good, because that was a 6. I got a 2, which is what I have, but I'll roll just in case it's a 1. That's a cock?
Well, success is success. There's
One.
no, like,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
It's a
there's no level to success.
Yes.
So he says, I see you have your stamp, and I just am like, Hank, I'm just like, I forgot about this.
What does
fucking
Hank
stamp.
flash back to?
Oh, yeah!
Not. It doesn't need to be for a flashback to change your stats. I just want a flashback right now to why is this freaking him out right now? As soon as stamp is mentioned, we go back in time. What happened?
He's with his mother, and he's with his mother. They're in the forest or wherever wild honey badgers live, and. It's,
In Chicago.
It's Hank is like a young cub pup, whatever they're called, and it's just like, it's Hank and all his siblings, and it's the mother being like, "Here you are, Jezebel, and that's how you walk. Yep. Now, Hank, these are your hands. You're gonna use them." And it's just these are your hands. These are your hands. These are yours.
Hank, these are your hands.
These are my hands. Like, and that's it.
What happens is you're doing that move that you always do, and the camera's spinning, and it's you in the Fight Club, and then it's you with the Cobra, and then it's you at the mesh net now, just destroying it.
Wow.
The security guard woman's just like, "Oh God, no! Oh no!" And she goes to grab you.
I kill her.
Kill her.
Stop this child! Can you roll another bear check?
Got a 5.
Okay, so you fail, and she just holds you up, like where you can't reach her.
She holds me up and she points me to the audience, and I go, "Wow."
Okay, so you're currently being held up by a security guard. I think that's,
They don't riot for me. They don't riot. They don't feel my plight. They don't understand. They don't riot.
Just so tiny.
I'm gonna roll a D100, and if it's a 100 or a 1, then you get it.
have a feeling they
Oh
won't
my
riot.
You're breathing.
It was an 84. So no.
That's my favorite number.
breathing.
So that's an 84. I think additionally, because you're in front of this crowd of people, I'm gonna roll your human believability score,
Oh my god.
Wow.
which I got a 16.
I have 16.
Now I don't know if it's meets it or beats it. Let me take a look here.
I said wow hog though.
Oh, wow.
I'm talking to them.
If
Are
it's
the bees
equal
not-
to, if it's equal to or lower, you pass. So they still believe you're a child that's kind of going on a bit of a rampage, a little
It's
tantrum.
a little tanty.
Are the bees not coming out?
Yes, bees are coming out now and
Okay,
attacking
okay.
people and they're screaming
When I-
and yelling.
When I say
And then
wow,
one of them stings the woman. Also, the plan is kind of fucking up right now because you got picked up by the security guard. So that's your scores flipping back to bear.
So I have 3 and bear and 3
One more to
criminal.
bear and one less to criminal.
Cool. So when I say wow, how can some child be like, put that child down? Like, she gets stung.
Because you succeeded your human believability score. There's a lone mother in the crowd that's like, put that young dapper child that's hairy down.
Wow.
And some of the crowd riots, and then the others get stung and start running.
Okay, I'm going to climb up and then we can cut. But I'm going to climb up the mesh to get to the rafters and try to break the mesh as I'm going up.
Oh my god.
Okay, that's another bear check.
I was gonna say, like, the spawn
2.
of Satan.
2.
A 2.
Right.
That's a success. You're able to claw your way out of the security guards' hands. They get stung by a bee as well. You climb up. More bees are releasing. The
Yes.
apiarists, the people in the beekeeper suits, are their hands are to their temples, but they're squashing the mesh head, so it looks a little funny. And you've climbed your way up to the top of the ceiling. There's no rafters in this part of the convention hall. However, there is a vent nearby.
Yeah, I want to get back out there so that no one remembers.
You go up to a vent, you take a nail to it, and then you're going to unscrew. That's going to be a criminal check.
Oh god.
Incredible.
That's a 3. 3 is
That's a
that fail?
success. No,
Okay.
meets its success. So you unscrew quickly, throw it down, and it breaks more of the mesh, and you climb into the vents.
Yeah, and I did it.
Yeah, I hear a lot of screaming over there. It sounds like it was fun.
Yeah, these hands are dangerous.
These are your hands.
and Hank, these are your hands.
I think we're going to go to Roan now. Roan, you use the keycard beep beep, and it opens the door to the surveillance room.
Oh my god, take 5 by
Jake.
Dave Brubeck Quartet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cook spam.
Yes, thank
I'm gonna
you.
cook spam.
Thank you. You get it.
I barricade the door as soon as I get in. No one else.
You get in, you barricade the door.
I barricade the door.
There's a filing cabinet nearby. You block it off. You throw the filing cabinet down. You turn around. You see one man sitting in the chair, stunned.
Kill it!
I start to do a TikTok dance.
Roll criminal.
I got a 4, which meets it because my criminal is 4.
If your criminal's a 4, that's a success. You do the apple dance at him, and you see he passes out. He just passes out in the chair. He completely faints.
I know that's right. And I'm gonna take him and kind of just tie him up with some loose cords that are in the room.
Yeah, there's some loose cords in the room. Yeah.
I put him in the corner, slump him over
Can I
there.
get another criminal check just for fun?
I got a 4 again. This dice likes to roll 4.
So you take some loose copper wiring around and you tie him up, and you also then place him on top of the filing cabinet blocking the door, so that he's also blocking the door with his body.
I take a picture and I'm gonna post it to Instagram later.
Okay, Roan, the surveillance room is all yours. You have a series of monitors and cameras up. You can see everything right now. By the time that you either sit down or stand next to where those monitors and accessories, keyboards, and what have you for it are, you can see Hall B is in a riot.
Todd can't hear me. Todd's swimming. I lock the doors to the room. Okay.
Do you want to try?
No. I think they need to riot. They need to be going crazy so all the security is distracted over there so we can do our own thing.
Oh shit, I forgot to check about Abraham Lincoln's thing.
Do you want to do some investigating on that?
Yeah, I just gotta get out of these vents. Wow.
That might be a good place to do some investigating. Go around and see if you can get somewhere you can't normally go.
Thank you.
Over and out.
Nice to meet you.
Hey, Roan, can I
Roxy-
get towards the safe area or the lasers or anything from up here? I got a pretty good vantage point.
Yeah, I was going to say, Roxy, you see even the guards that were up top, like, all go down to help out with what's going on in Hall B now. You see some of them are actually locking the doors to Hall B.
Oh my god, that's crazy. That's crazy.
You guys.
There are back ways in. And
Oh
out.
my god.
What if someone's allergic to bees? Roxy,
Yeah.
you are up in the rafters?
Yeah, I got free reign. Nobody else is up here. This is my world now.
So Todd is in the water, going towards where the grid system is. He's going to shut off the grid system. Roxy, do you want to find where the safe is, so that way we know where to go once the grids are shut off?
Oh yeah, you got it. I'll start searching. I'm scurrying around all the rafters looking.
All right, can I get a criminal check from Roxy, and can I get a bear swim check from Todd? But that's with advantage because you're a polar bear. So you roll 2 dice, take the lower.
Not doing great. My criminal, I rolled a 5.
Okay. We'll get to that.
Okay.
I rolled 2 for both, and I have 2 for bear.
Okay. So you're able to, you're swimming and you're holding your breath for minutes, and you're able to get to the other side of this pipe, and there's a similar like latched door that you get open. You crack it open, and you're hit with the brisk, cool air that doesn't bother you too much, being a polar bear, of a server room. And you pop up in there. Roxy, you are looking around, and you find yourself lost in a series of vents and above the access like hallways behind the main convention areas.
Yeah, I didn't know this would be so much of a maze, guys.
And eventually you bump into Hank in the vents.
Oh, my child. What's up? What are you doing?
I'm still chewing on a piece of bamboo. Ow! Ooh.
Roxy? These are
Yeah.
your hits.
Yeah, they've been with me since I was born.
Same. Anyway, what's up? What can I help with? You know me. I got the muscles. Big. It's just that loud, like, cacophonous. Boom, 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 boom.
Oh no. Okay. Yeah. Do you have those
sorry.
eyes too? Because I'm really looking for the
A
safe.
bee comes by like.
Have you seen it?
Smack. That's a callback to the beginning of this one shot, if you remember. Actually, my skin's pretty tough. My skin can take a dog bite pretty well.
Can take a
I
dog.
believe that. I'm just squishy and adorable, so
You need my eyes? What do you need my eyes for?
I'm looking for the safe. Can you see it from anywhere?
We're in a vent.
No, we'll have to like search together. Have you?
Oh.
You've been trapped in here for a while. Have you been looking?
No,
for
I
wherever
just
we
got
need to
here.
go?
I just released all of the bees in Hall.
Yeah, I heard the screams. It
You know
sounded
what?
Impressive.
I'd love to do a flashback to that moment.
Just play out that whole scene again.
Yeah, I just
Yeah,
want to.
we actually flash back to the whole scene again.
Yeah, let's do it one more time.
No, I'm not gonna flashback. All right, well, am I back on this thing? Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Todd's underwater.
Oh. Well, he's a polar bear, right? So.
Actually, I'm back, and I made it. And I should be able to find the door to let you in just a moment.
Status report. All of the security guards are distracted because Hank caused a distraction.
You notice one heading back towards the safe is. You can follow them on the security cameras as they go from point A to where the safe is. They deactivate the laser grid and then reactivate it to just check on the safe. They close the door and then they go back out towards the beginning of the hall where the laser grid is, and they activate it again.
Can one of you two? Are you both in the vents?
Yep.
Yeah, we're right next to each other.
Can one of you guys put your hand out of the vent and see if I can see you on the security camera so I know where you are, and then I can tell you where the safe is?
I stick my hand out and wave. You see a little furry
You
paw.
can see on one of the CCTV cameras above where the laser grid is. There's the furry hand sticking out of one of the vents.
Great. You guys stay right there because you're right above the laser grid. And then once Todd deactivates the stuff, then you guys can drop down and get the stuff, and then we good.
So you want me to, you're probably gonna want me to stop breaking the stuff.
Yeah, don't break anything, please.
Don't break anything yet.
What are you breaking?
Well, if we're gonna get out of this vent, I'm gonna have to tear it a new one.
Not yet, because you don't want to fall into the grid security lasers, but once those are gone...
I'm just saying, remember when we were playing...
I don't remember that was not part of the plan.
It was specifically part of the plan, and I will use this to flash back to when we're drinking at the bar with Honey. Listen, so we're drunk at the bar after Bobo is gone, and listen, I pack a punch, and I do like a little not hard, but just like on Rome. So
Ouch.
You hit Rome, but then it's going into a lot of fur, so there's no contact to the body.
Yeah.
But if there's ever a time that we might be in an event or something, I could.
Yeah, it seems like that's what you're good at. The hang.
Yeah, that's what they say. That's why they call me Wow.
What do they call you?
Wow. It's the first thing I ever learned to say in a southern drawl accent, which is why. Actually, speaking of that, can we go into a flashback?
Oh my god, flashback section.
I'm really good at doing a southern drawl accent, saying wow, which is pretty good in human, I think. But we probably should find things to wear, should we not?
Are we not okay with the
There's
outfits
a
we're
trunk
wearing?
full of random like random bits of clothing.
Yeah.
Are we doing a little fashion show montage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Hank is like, "Oh, do I wear the badge or not? I like it."
Yeah.
It suits
I like
you,
this
it
badge.
suits you.
I'm gonna put it on. Yeah.
Do you even know? Do you even know what it says?
No, but neither do you. Wow.
It's your honorary bear badge.
Hey, what the fuck's that supposed to be? Listen, I'm the Honey Meister. Wow.
The Honey Heister.
Oh. Okay, I could go with that. Yeah, I like the way you think, Red.
And then we reflash
you're
back
Red.
forward to drunk.
I am Red.
So yeah,
Anyway.
you're gonna tear up the.
I mean, it's now that I have a cowboy hat, this is much better. Tear it up, and then I really think, in case I don't find it, we need to find out Abraham Lincoln. Can you find out any about that in the computer system?
He was a president.
No. Like when you're in there, can you find out anything about it in the computer system?
Probably.
We flash forward to when you're in the surveillance room.
Yeah, and I did say I was going to rip it into one, and I said to you, Roan, I said, look through the computer system for the Abraham thing.
Now, if anyone wants to swap any of their from bear to criminal, they can. If not, you don't have to.
Can I look through the computer system to see if Abraham Lincoln's thing is in the safe?
A criminal check advantage because you're the hacker.
I failed because I rolled 2 5s.
You roll 2 5s. You slap your hand on the computer, and it hits like a bunch of letters and enter at the same time, and then a sticky keys pop up happens.
Shoot. Hang on, I gotta reset this.
It's also covering it right now. That pop up is covering the part of the surveillance multi-viewer that has where the safe is.
Dang it. Okay, just hold your horses, everybody. I need to fix. There's no ad block.
I'm going to say this is a frustration, so this changes a point from criminal to bear for you.
No. I break. I'm like. No, that would ruin everything. I'm just typing feverishly.
It would be funny.
If things start to go really wrong, I'll start smashing computers.
Full bear mode.
I punch through a CCTV that has nothing to do with anything that we're doing. Like it's like
It's the outside footage. It's like the alleyway.
The parking lot. Yeah.
You okay there?
Yeah, I'm
It
fine.
sounds like. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm fine. I just gotta do something real quick, okay?
Just think
Get all the way off my back.
Tiki talkie dance. That might help.
Everybody just shut up.
Chapel, I just need you to look down for a second, okay? Those are your hands.
You're so right. You're so right.
That's why they call me Wow.
Todd, your bear check?
I got a 1. So
Okay,
I
that's a
have
success.
2 bear. Yeah.
Yeah, so you grab this latch that's like holding this massive red door closed. You snap it open, even bend the lever to a certain extent, and the door
opens up in one of the access hallways. You poke your head out. You see a couple security guards running away towards where you assume whatever the distraction was supposed to be while you were underwater. But yes, the door's open now.
All right. The room is open.
And you look down to your left and down the other side of the hallway, and that's where you can see the laser grid leading to a massive safe.
I can see, Roxy, I see your tail. I also see all of the lasers. To my left, I'm seeing the security guards running away. But the door is open and ready for access.
If I'm in like the surveillance room, can I hack into the servers connected to the grids from where I am?
I'll say that you have a surveillance camera that you can see right now into the server room, and
Wait. What's the recommended amount of dedicated RAM to have to the server?
Dedicated RAM.
But you can see into the server room. That's what you see, a wet polar bear now, just walking around the server room, opening the service hatch.
Adding the dedicated RAM to the server.
Something that sticks out to you is that some of the piping containing the cabling to these servers looks a lot like bamboo.
In the room that I'm in?
In the
currently?
room where the servers are.
In the room where it happened.
And if you recall, the panda's skill is eat anything that looks like bamboo.
But I'm not in that room.
You could get to that room.
I'm gonna make my way down there for no reason in particular, but actually to fuck with the servers. So I'm gonna to kind of mess with the servers and try and laserify everything. So I'll be down there in a second.
In a jiffy.
Todd, I'll say, as you've opened the door, you reach into one of your pockets and you pull out a bag that just keeps coming out, several bags. And this is for the containment of the honey and or the prize.
Do I have to go through the water pipe, or can I just go?
You do not, because that door has been opened by Todd. You're able to access it outside of that now.
Hold on, it's a lot of bags. Hold on.
It's like a clown with, like, rags.
I was expecting a lot of honey.
Pizza.
I don't like to be underprepared. That's why I'm the brains. All right. Last one.
Do I get to the room successfully?
You know what? I'm going to say that maybe there's like one person running by. We're going to have a your human believability challenged. So what was your score?
12.
Well,
Can I do a TikTok dance to convince them?
So let's say they rolled a 20,
Oh.
a 6, a 6, a 5, and a 3. So you walk past one guard running towards where you assume panel B, and they do a screech, like they slide, turn to look at you as you're running
It's an
past
Akira
them.
slide.
They do the Akira slide. They're on all fours. And then they're like, oh, what? Bear? Panda? Bear?
Panda.
Panda.
All right, roll a criminal check.
Polar bear. The polar bears are dying. The ice cups are melting.
I got a 3, I did it!
Okay, I think you start... It's up to you if you want it to go this way. You start doing a TikTok dance, and then you just sock him in the face and knock him out.
Yes.
They're
I do
stunned.
like the,
They're stunned by a polar bear. Okay, so you've got broads in Atlanta. You start heading back towards where Todd is.
Since it was taking so long for the bags and everything, I went from having my tail hanging out the vents to my head and my arms just dangling there looking at Todd. Just like...
So I'll say you can see, Roxy, that these lasers are sort of like swiveling, like they're, you can see like where the positions of where they're being generated from, and they're like moving from place to place.
You could probably just do it.
But currently, where you're high enough up at, they're not like hitting where you are at the vent.
I think if you believe in yourself, you could just do it.
But there's so many. I don't know. I trust Roan. I think Roan can get them shut down, but they are really pretty.
Roan is in the server room. You've slid into the room. It's a little damp on the ground. There are server racks everywhere. It's almost impossible to discern which ones have to deal with what. How do you want to tackle this? You can see at the top of every server rack are those bamboo-like structures.
Yeah, I got this. I just start grabbing those.
Just random ones. So you start going after those. At first, like, the lights go out, and then the backup generator turns on. Another one, an alarm goes off for a second and then stops.
Gah!
You pull one. You see the one CCTV camera in this room. Powers down. Can you roll a criminal check for me right now?
I got a 5.
A 5. You haven't yet found the cabling that's tied to the laser grid. However, you're causing a lot of commotion that anyone that knows about the security of this building assumes the server room. Something's going on.
This is a little harder than I thought. But I think so. Just be prepared in case somebody comes to check this out. I'm gonna keep doing this though.
So this is a frustration. This frustration will put a point into bear and a point away from criminal for you.
Oh no!
I'll say this. You can do one more, and this time I'll just allow it to be a hacker check with advantage for criminal.
Okay, I got a 2, which is what I needed.
That's a success. You see one. It looks just slightly tastier than the rest. You rip it off and start chewing at it. The laser grids, you can see Roxy, power down. Done. They're not there anymore.
I instantly drop down, skirt to the door.
I'm gonna drop down with Roxy, but I'll man the door.
Great, thank you, Muscle. Am I at the safe door?
You're at the safe door. Todd, you can see the safe door is free to walk to because the lasers are gone.
All right.
If anyone wants to communicate to Roan that the lasers are down, because Roan will probably just keep going.
Lasers are down.
All right. Good job, Rowan. Okay, look. I'm going in. I adjust my jacket and my trilby hat. All right. It's go time.
I'll say this. This is going to be combined. It needs to be a successful criminal check from both Roxy and Todd. The way this is working, Roxy's got big ol' ears because she's a red panda. Big ol' ears. You're listening for the clicks as you're trying to hack into locksmith. Break into this safe here, Todd. So you'll be twisting, and Roxy's listening.
I got a 3, and I'm still at 3. So
I got a 3.
A 3, and was that successes for the two of you?
Yeah,
for me,
it's under 4. Yeah.
Under 4. Mm-hmm. Okay. Good. What is going to happen here now is this. You open the door. You pull the big dial. It clicks, and then slowly, shakes and breaks the concrete on the floor as this massive metal door is being pulled open by Todd. You can see on the inside honey pots everywhere. Honey pot. You see in a pickle jar a dehydrated bee's nest that has a sign on it that says, well, you can't see, but there's a pickle jar sort of deal with a dehydrated bee's nest in it with text that you can't understand.
Is there any bamboo in there?
There's some bamboo-infused honey. There's all the different sorts of honey, but this is the massive, where it was being held for the people trying to sell their bamboo. This is where it was being held for safety.
All right. Well, Roxy, grab a bag. Let's get in there.
Yes. Anybody else want to help?
You all can. There's 4 bags. You can all join if you need to, unless you want to still stay as lookout, Hank.
Can I be both?
You're right next to the door, so if you go in, I can look out while I'm going over there, and then eventually grab a bag.
So you walk in. You're grabbing honey pots. What specifically are you focusing on?
Immediately, my gaze snaps to that dehydrated pickle jar. So I kind of stumble my way further into the safe to go inspect it further.
You want to inspect the Abraham Lincoln?
Yeah.
Or the pot. If you could roll a criminal check, please.
4.
That's a failure, or is that a success?
Success.
You're at 4. You're able to tell that this is maybe one of the oldest beehives that you have ever laid your eyes on. Nothing living in it, it's just a sentimental thing, probably. And expensive.
I have a feeling this might be very expensive. Let's take it. And I shove it in a bag.
You take it off the pedestal. The second you do, the pedestal lowers into the ground. An alarm starts blaring. You have 2 minutes to get out of the building.
Oh my god.
So you have to get out now.
What if I took the honey pot and replaced it? What if I took another honey pot and replaced it?
Oh my god. There's an alarm, everyone. I think from the blueprints, we gotta go. I grab I shove any honey
as you can and go.
Over the speakers, this place is set to blow up in 1 minute and 37 seconds.
Let's go.
All right.
We gotta go.
Tick tock. I need you to pick me up. I just need you to hold me by the waist and point me forward, and I will bulldoze our way out of here.
I'll pick him up because I'm big, and I'll put you out in front of me.
Okay, you two are doing bear checks. I think Roxy and Todd are doing criminal checks here.
I got a 1.
1.
1-1. Okay.
I got a 3 again, so I got it.
3 success.
Yep.
1.
A 1.
Success.
All successes. You guys barrel out through that back way that Roan found. You make your way through the parking lot. One more final disguise check. Oh, okay. That is a 19. Anyone who's below 19, which I think is all of you, are spotted.
Yeah.
I think the cops are coming for you. Driver, can you give me a criminal check? This is advantage.
Yeah, you got it. At advantage?
At advantage.
I got a 2.
You got a 2? You guys get in. Load up with all the stuff. You run. Roxy's got her feet on the bricks and on the yellow pages, and you are booking it out of town. You are booking it, and it... You're doing your TikTok dances. You're weaving in and out of these derelict city streets. People were pouring out of the front of the convention center as you were leaving.
Stung as fuck.
They actually ended up letting people out of that room after locking them in for a brief period of time. And just as you round the corner and don't see it anymore, the building explodes. The building explodes in the distance. You see a massive explosion. Not only does it explode, but all of the other derelict buildings around you start to collapse one after the other as you're trudging down the highway.
We do like a launch in the car, and we're
there's
all
a
like
launch.
leaning out the windows, like and it freeze frames
it's a freeze
the
frame.
explosion.
There's an explosion.
Right before the white van hits the ground, I just go, wow.
All because of a damn pickle jar.
And then as you say that, you can see the ghost of Abraham Lincoln. That's actually a part of the rules. There's a ghost of Abraham Lincoln who appears around. He's like, "You found my prize beehive. And your bears.
Come on, Abe, say the thing.
A house divided amongst itself cannot stand.
No, the thing.
Wild hog." And then he disappears forever.
Yay!
Is there an epilogue with Bobo?
Yeah, it fades out. You guys pull up into it's 2 weeks later, and you see Bobo. He's got a pair of glasses he puts down to the edge of his snout, and he goes, "Hey, we're trying to launder some of that honey, so, it looks like, we got all that naturally, okay? As far as the bear government knows. On top of that, it was a little tricky because all of you were spotted at the end there.
Yeah, but didn't they explode and die?
Not all of them were in the building when it happened. So I'll tell you this, I got another job." And then he slides a piece of paper across the table. "I got another job in Miami."
Yes.
To take the heat off you in Chicago.
Well, Bobo, give it at least a week because, oh honey, as you're watching, Mrs. Hank walks in with all the kids. My family's back together.
She took me back.
These are my hands.
These are my hands, and they're good, and they've been learning from the best. You see the little kids are doing TikTok dances with Chapel.
Oh, so cute.
I'm gonna keep on.
I'm just sitting in the background sipping tea.
It's a beautiful.
And you get like the honey thing, and you twirl a little bit into the tea.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm still chewing on my bamboo.
Yeah. The honey infused bamboo.
Wow.
Wonderful.
And that's Honey Heist.
What a beautiful tale of trial and triumph and honey.
Thank you so much for joining us for this week's episode of The Table Is Yours. Our next episode premieres next Friday, and if you're a member of the Patreon, other bonus content will be available for those $5 and up tiers going forward, and much more. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us everywhere on social media to stay up to date with everything The Table Is Yours.
The Table Is Yours releases episodes in video and podcast format every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Pacific. You can follow The Table Is Yours everywhere by the handle @TTIYDND. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you at the table next time.